Hey everybody, it's me, Liv. So I have been sitting on this Graphic 45 Halloween pad for quite some time, and I decided actually I got a recent MacBook, and it came with a plastic cover, and I noticed there was a little bit of space, so I thought that I would actually design like something that would go in between the space of my computer and the plastic cover, and try to do it, by the seasons. So this is the one that I did for Halloween. I know it's a little bit late, but I finally. Now, before I get started actually cutting it up, I want to show you this paper pad because I am a huge Graphic 45 fan. First of all, I love the thickness of their paper. I love how rich the colors are. Look at this purple. Isn't it just fantastic? And I love all the elements that they put in because if you're someone who likes the fussy cut, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But if you are someone who likes the fussy cut, the way that their paper is constructed, it makes it so much easy to do. I just wanted to give you like a highlight of all different things that they have here in this paper pad. This is the 12 by 12 one. It actually also comes because I believe this one, if I remember correctly, was a collection set that I have. So it also comes with like sticks and stuff. So as I'm deciding which ones I want to pull out, I also wanted to show you the other pieces of it. Now, I'm not even going to pretend that I measured everything out because really I don't. I kind of eyeball a lot of things. I know the basic measurements that are within the plastic case piece of the laptop cover, and that's pretty much all I know. After that, I kind of just eyeball how wide I want things to be, what size I want them to be, and what colors I want to use. So I also am not someone who automatically mats everything. Sometimes I will decide to do matting if I feel like the paper that I'm using is kind of blending in way too much with the background that's going on there. But it's not all the time. So it really just depends on kind of like what mood I'm in when it comes to that. You will also find that in almost every single collection that I think I have a Graphic 45, they have these collage-like pages, and I really like them because they are created to go all across the page, and I thought it would be nice to go ahead and use that somewhere in here. I think I'm going to actually put it here on the bottom. And I absolutely adore this centerpiece. Image that they have of the girl as a switch here. So I'm going to be using this one as well. I'm trimming it down because, again, this is not a huge piece. I want to make sure that I can get the extent of the element here with this. And I actually am going to use the cutouts that they have here for the stamps in my own project. So I'm going to actually be cutting it after the stamps, and you'll see me use them as well. So now that you have a basic gist of what I think the layout is going to be, I did decide that some of this did need to be boarded because I felt like some of it was melting together a little bit too much. And remember those little stamps I told you? I'm going to go ahead and trim those out and get those ready for us to use. So I felt that the purple was blending a little bit too much into that background. So that is one that I'm just going to go ahead and use a plain piece of black cardstock to serve as like a little mat behind it to make it pop up a little bit more. I do tend to use as you see, the kind of tape that I use, I generally do use that with a lot of my paper projects. I feel like it really holds very well. And you can see that just that little bit of black edging around the paper really helps it pop out. And so I'm going to go ahead and lie down then the pumpkin that you had saw I was kind of playing with before onto the paper. But as you saw with the other one, it really was melting a little bit too much. So again, making a little bit of a black border here. Gonna go ahead and put the pumpkin down onto that so that it will pop a little bit more against the paper as it is serving kind of as a focal point. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use my adhesive, get everything down here. before I push, I found that this particular tape that I'm using, which is just a regular old glue from Hobby Lobby, it is actually pretty, strong. So once you glue things down, I don't like to move it because it does tend to tear paper, which is great if you're doing something that you're permanent. You know exactly where you want everything to be. Not so great if that is not the case for you. So do be cautious if you are using this tape. So I definitely want my focal point to be over here. So I'm just trying to figure out, remember those stamps that I went ahead and cut out from before? Where exactly I want them to go. And I thought it actually would look pretty nice if they were just to be like um, three of them kind of on different angles popping on the page. Now, sometimes when I do layouts or anything like that, I love dimension. I love things to pop up. But because I am doing this specifically for going onto my MacBook, in that very thin little space of the cover that it has, I'm not actually going to be using any foam tape. You would definitely see me using tons of foam tape if I was doing this as a card or as an album or as a layout. So now I'm just going to go ahead and glue down this border. This is again part of the paper that comes in that collage page that you usually will find in the Graphic 45. I then decided to use actually one of the sticker borders that come in the sticker pack part of this particular kit. So you see this one right here. I thought it gave a nice little breakup of some of the colors, bringing out a little bit more of that orange that matches with the wording there. And I'm just going to go ahead and place it here on the bottom. Again, like this one's a sticker one, and unfortunately, it did not cover the whole page, but that's okay because the way that I'm going to have this laid out, you're not really going to see it anyway. So I don't mind so much that that didn't necessarily cover all the way to the end. So now I'm just going to go ahead and glue down that last piece that you saw. So you see some of these absolutely adorable stickers. I have not glued down yet the focal piece because I wanted something else there. I was just trying to decide what sticker I wanted to use. I'm actually going to go ahead and pull out this one, which is called the Witching Hour, and place it right here in the middle, right underneath. Again, like I said, these are stickers, so works really well for this element. And I'm going to go ahead then and glue down this centerpiece, which is kind of really like the focal point of the overall layout. And then again, after this, we're pretty much done. Once I've laid this down, made sure I don't cover up the witching hour and get it strategically where I want it here on this layout, I think I might add one more little element of trimming because I feel like, and I don't know why I sometimes feel like this, I feel like where the stamp sticker, they're not stickers, the stamp look over there is still a little bare. So I'm trying to see exactly what I want to use. So as you can see, I decided just to go ahead and use some of this paper that came from when I kind of trimmed out this center witch piece, and I'm going to go ahead and lay that down here along the edges just to give a little bit of pop of color along there. Again, because I'm not exactly measuring, the easiest way is just to glue down and go ahead and trim off for me. And then my page is pretty much done. I really love it how it's going to come out. So the final touch is going to be, because this is going on a MacBook, is to go ahead and do my corners here, because the way that this is shaped, for many of us who might have laptops, you see it's rounded corners here. And so actually the plastic piece that goes on top is also rounded as well. So I don't know if you guys have a cover like this, but this might be something for you to. So if you have one like this, you see it's a very thin little space. All you're going to do is go ahead and fit that in make sure it kind of is lined up in between the piece that you have, and then you're just going to go ahead and snap it on. Now remembering, because this is a very there's only a little bit of space, so make sure that whatever you create is not very thick, but you can see you can create a lot of dimension and things to look at in your project, as long as you are keeping it more on the flat side and not popping up with dimension, but you can still have a lot going on. So here is my final cover here for my MacBook. Again, I'm going to try to do one every month to represent the different seasons, and I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching.